When we think about core strengthening exercises, we often think about sit-ups, Russian twists, V-sits, crunches. But I'm here to tell you, if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, those aren't really the best exercises that I would recommend that you do. And I'll explain to you why. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Ed Dubu, physical therapist from Integrated Physical Therapy in Bellingham, Washington. As a physical therapist that sees a lot of clients with osteoporosis and osteopenia, one of the first things I do is describe to them what's happening with their spine and why it's so important to strengthen their spine in neutral and not do the traditional sit-ups and crunches and things like that. Fortunately, what happens is as we start to lose bone mass density, it starts to affect the front or the anterior part of the vertebral body a little bit more. So the spinal column naturally starts to drop and flex a little bit. We've all seen, unfortunately, someone who has advanced osteoporosis who is really starting to get kyphotic through the upper back. And the reason is because they're actually possibly developing even wedge fractures and losing bone mass density. So in my mind, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be doing sit-ups and things like that that promote this type of posture versus trying to get up and out of that type of posture. In this video, we'll talk about 4 different types of core strengthening exercises that are all modifiable and will include one standing and one sitting. Now, I've previously done another video on core strengthening exercises for osteoporosis, and I'll put a link right up here. And in that one, I talk about modifications to the front plank and the side plank, as well as an alternative so you can work the rectus abdominis without doing those types of sit-ups. And then also I'll put another link right up here to an exercise routine that I did for pelvic floor strengthening. And in reality, you should really be strengthening your core and pelvic floor 2 to 3 times per week. So now you have a whole host of exercises to choose from. Let's get into it. The first exercise we'll go over is bird dog. It's one of my favorite exercises because it really helps to strengthen up your spine and work a little bit on some dynamic balance as well too. If you can't get on your hands and knees, don't worry, I'll show you another alternative that you can do while you're standing. But if you can, I ideally want you to do it on hands and knees. Try to get your back as flat as you can and then pull your belly button in towards your spine. Now that activates a very important muscle called the transverse abdominis. So when you pull your belly button in towards your spine, make sure that you don't round your spine out. So nice and straight, and just draw your belly button in towards your spine. Then what you'll do is you'll kick one leg straight out. Your heel is not going to go any higher than your buns. So kick it straight out, get your balance, kick out the opposite arm, get your balance, and hold that for a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 count. And then switch. Kick it out straight. Opposite arm. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would be considered 1 repetition, and try to do 2 sets of 10 for me. If you have trouble getting on hands and knees to do this, you can use the back of a couch. Make sure that you hip hinge so your back is nice and flat. Same thing, you're going to kick one leg out and then the opposite arm. And you're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. And then switch. Opposite leg nice and straight. Get your balance. Opposite arm. And hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This next exercise is going to be a bridge with a march. So the first thing you'll do is you're going to go palms up. Try to put your shoulder blades in your back pocket. So back and down. Activate those muscles in between your shoulder blades. Slowly lift up your buns. And then what you'll do is you're going to march one leg out straight, pause, and back down again. Now what's going to happen is when I lift up my leg, my pelvis is going to want to drop. So I want you to try to really make sure that you stay nice and level through here. If it's too much because you feel like your pelvis is dropping, that's okay. Maybe you just start off with doing a bridge with a pause and then back down again. Or you can bridge up and just hover your leg off the ground and back down. Hover and back down. And then once you get stronger, you'll be able to kick one leg out while you're keeping your pelvis nice and level. So this is a bridge with a march, 2 sets of 10. Progress accordingly. The next exercise you're going to do on a chair, preferably not a rolling stool. I'm in the clinic, that's why I have a rolling stool. But I'm going to show you from the side what it's going to look like. You're going to sit up nice and tall, and once again, you're going to engage that transverse abdominis. And so you're just going to pull your belly button in towards your spine. Now, as you're sitting up nice and tall, you're not really engaging your core too much to maintain this. But what I want you to do is lean backwards ever so slightly. And the moment I lean back, I'm really engaging my core now. And for some people, this might be enough, and I want you to hold this position for about a 60-second count. For other people, it's a little bit easier. So once again, sit up nice and tall, engage the transverse abdominis by pulling your belly button in towards your spine, lean back until you get a greater sense of abdominal contraction. And then what you can do is you could even lift up a leg and pause and back down. This one is going to be timed, and so I want you to hold this for a minute. You can even kick one leg straight out and back down again. Lift up and hold and back down. The key is that your back is staying nice and straight. Do not let your back round out. So 2 1-minute contractions. It's a great core workout. Now, I really like exercises where we can combine multiple elements. And so imagine working on your balance and core strength at the same time. So what you'll do first is take your arms up straight over your head. I want you to lift one leg up and pause and back down. Lift one leg up and pause and back down. So what we're doing here is we're working on single leg balance as well as core strength and stability. And I want you to do this for 1 minute. If your arms can't go all the way up, you can bring them down a little bit if you need to. Whole time I'm engaging my transverse abdominis as well too. And we're going to do this for 1 minute. And then what we'll do is we'll repeat that again after a little bit of a break. So 2 60-second intervals, and you're working on balance, guys. So remember, try to strengthen your core 2 to 3 times per week, and one of those sessions should really be focusing specifically on your pelvic floor. All right, everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about core strengthening exercises for osteoporosis, or if you've tried them, and tell me which one is your favorite. All right, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you at the next video.